Hi, I'm Ryan, and welcome to my schizophrenia vlog. Today, I want to talk about perfectionism, and is perfectionism a good thing or a bad thing? When I was in college in the mid to late 90s, I took a course. It was a business course, and during part of that course, we did some interviewing questions. And so the professor asked us, he said, what would you say if the person interviewing you said, what is your worst quality? And this girl raised her hand and she said, I'm a perfectionist. And everybody just sat there like, wow, that was a really good answer. The reason why that's a good answer is because if you're a perfectionist at work, you're going to do good work and the boss will like that. But if you're a perfectionist in any other way, or even at work too, it could be draining on a person to try to be perfect all the time. It's asking too much of yourself. I'm not a perfectionist at work. I'm more of a perfectionist with people. I go over my work obviously to make sure I don't make any mistakes, but I don't do it to the extreme. But when it comes to people, I have this belief that people won't like me unless I'm perfect, and I always try to say the right thing, and it's too much pressure on myself. I've been working on these modules based on perfectionism, and I can put a link in the description for them. I'm halfway through, and the one module I'm on right now, I've been stuck for a few weeks, mainly because it has two activities that I'm slowly working at. One's a step problem. They call it a step ladder, and I'm only on the second step, and it's been a few weeks, and I'm giving myself extra time just to make sure I do it right, because changing isn't easy, and you have to really work at it. The other is a behavioral experiment, and it's based on the belief that people won't like me unless I'm being perfect. But as far as the step ladder goes, I'm trying to change times when I'm being hard on myself and saying you messed up. And most of the time it's not even a real foul up. It's just I'm just putting too much pressure on myself, and the takeaway from the other person, say I was talking to another person, and that's where it came from. I try to look at it from their perspective, and it's often almost all the time it's a forgettable moment, like when I may have said the wrong thing or whatever. But for me it lasts, and it causes me stress and anxiety. So instead of running away from these negative thoughts, I've been facing them. As a result of practicing facing these thoughts, I got this voice that I used to hear, used to say, I want to kill myself, and now it's back. And I talked to my psychiatrist about it a couple days ago, and she said that the change process is hard and stressful, and it can bring out other symptoms. And I thought that made perfect sense. So overall, I'm too hard on myself, and I need to give myself a break. I blow things out of proportion. I run this mental wellness group, and we're doing this WRAP program, which stands for Wellness Recovery Action Plan. It was just an introduction, and anybody in the group that liked it could have gone on to join the regular program at our main building at the company I work for. And so I got a list of names, and I called the person who was running the group and left her a message. She was on vacation, and I said, oh, this one from here is interested in joining. I just need the room number and things like that. And then I hung up, and I was like, well, I'm not sure, because she was on vacation. It was starting the following week. And I said, well, I'm going to call her supervisor just to let her know the list of people I have. And so I did that, and I left a message. And after I hung up, I was like, wow, I really need to call her supervisor, just to be extra careful like that. And I kind of blew it out of proportion and kind of beat myself up a little bit. And what happened was that what I thought that was going to happen eventually, after I rationalized the whole thing, I said, she's not going to care if I called her to tell her this person is going to be in the group or not, and so she'll probably just disregard the phone calls. No big deal. But in my mind, I had made it a big deal, and I had to step away from making that a big deal. So anyway, that's it for today. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.